Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the June 2020 reading for Aquarius. Welcome to all Aquarius for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Cross Watchers, of course. We have a pick a card reading today for you, which means that under one or more of these piles is your reading that is intended for you. You can, of course, pick more than one pile. That's always awesome. We'll go ahead and just let you know that we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You can also pick by crystal, being hematite, tiger's eye, aventurine. There will be timestamps in the description below as well as in the top comment for those using mobile devices. And if you need, we'll be doing a short meditation for those who prefer that method in just a moment. I'd like to take a second to invite you to our varying other platforms, also linked in the description. We have our website shop, which has personalized readings available. Also our Pinterest, which has boards regarding both tarot and self-care and holistic interests. We also have the Instagram, a place where we're doing additional collective readings every 2 days, how your energies are going, and sometimes we have specific readings for there as well. Please do take a moment now and hit the like, which helps the channel a lot, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified as soon as new readings are uploaded. We do weekly readings here that come out every Sunday, and also there's the Mercury retrograde coming next week, and there's also the new moon at the end of the month, which has an eclipse with it again. And we also do the end of the month readings for all of the zodiacs with regard to what lessons or takeaways were meant for you for this particular month. So Aquarius, if you want to just sit back and relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale, open your eyes slowly. Whichever pile your eyes were drawn to, that is the pile that's intended for you for June of 2020. Again, the timestamps are in the description, and we will see you at your pile. Welcome Aquarius. To those who chose pile 1 or the hematite crystal, this is your reading for June of 2020. So we have a pile of 8 cards here for you, and I'm going to flip them over and show you as I go, but just hold off if you see anything concerning. We're going to look at all 8 as the message, okay? So we're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And the Four of Wands in reverse. We have the Mirror card, and that says, who or what is triggering you? We have Music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. We have Woman holding a coin, and that's the number 44. Now 4s are, I believe they have to do with work, but also there's a master number 8 in there that you'd have to check into. I'm not sure what the 8s mean. We also have individuality, and the number on top is 47, and that goes down to 11. And your shadow card for the month, of June is Dear Woman with Temptation. So Aquarius, what I'm seeing for you for June is that there's an offer coming in with regard to Pentacles, which is money, finance, material items, could be a new job offer, something to do with a new career. If you have a new house that you're trying, or a condo or something that you're trying to buy, it's a new offer of that kind. Something new, some new venture regarding Pentacles, which is sort of the 3D physical realm. We also have the Two of Wands in reverse. The Two of Wands upright is stagnation. It's basically being stuck, unable to move in one way or the other. And the Four of Wands upright would speak of a celebration. So usually people think of it as a wedding. So coming together, a union of some such. So with those being in reverse though, I see that you're not in indecision, or you're not personally in a space where you're being stuck somewhere as to which way to go, or waiting for something to come to you. And I also see that you're not sort of waiting for any kind of big celebration or big ceremony. So whatever this pentacle is that's coming towards you, it doesn't have to do with anything regarding like blended families or anything like that. It has to do with your own personal finance, as opposed to that of bringing someone else into your family or their finances in with yours. The Mirror card, though, it does ask who or what is triggering you. So it could be that depending on the person I'm reading for right now, remember that this is a collective reading, so there's going to be parts of this that resonate with you and parts that resonate with somebody else who's also listening to this particular part. But that pentacle that's coming in is going to be different for each and every one of you. But what's triggering you in the fact that you aren't stagnant and waiting for it to come in, but it is coming in on its own. It's not a celebration, it's not an event. For somebody, I'm seeing that the money that's coming towards you is some kind of inheritance or something to do with someone's will. So first of all, I'd like to say that I'm sorry for your loss, but that's the money that's coming in for you, has to do with that, the will being finalized. So it could be that you may be a little bit reluctant to accept it, in the fact that it does have the what are your triggers, but we also have manifestations. So you could have the money coming in other ways too, and you want to have, maybe you're actually waiting for this. Maybe you're actually waiting to have your wedding. So the money's coming to you to be able to do that, but you're currently unable to without that. That could be for some of you. So without this offer coming in, you can't have the sort of this wedding or this celebration without the pentacle. So when the pentacle actually gets here, you'll actually be able to have your event. You're not waiting for it though, so I don't know if you've recently sort of given up on waiting for it. You are manifesting it though, because we do have the manifest through music, or music for manifesting, which speaks of wanting something to come in faster. That could be that you actually need this money to come in for you to be able to do what you need to do. You want it to come in faster, so it's offering that music may be something to go with. It could also give you ideas if you're listening to a song on the radio and some part of the lyrics kind of gives you an incentive or an idea of how to make that happen for you. Your triggering could be the songs that you're listening to may trigger other thoughts or negative responses based on their own messages. The woman holding a heart, I'm sorry, I think I said woman holding a coin before. Woman holding a heart is, it could be you yourself are sort of holding on to your emotions. You're holding your own heart. You could be holding someone else's heart. And that could be, again, like I said, this wedding is sort of, or whatever this celebration is on hold at this moment. So you could literally be holding someone else's affections, or holding that heart, or holding your own heart, waiting for that money or that job or that home to come in to be able to move forward with something. We do have the individuality card though, so it is speaking that whatever this is to always be aware of who you are as an individual and to not lose your individuality within this union. The trigger could also refer to, in some instances, sort of a fear of losing your individuality because of whatever this union is, or not having your individuality once the money comes in, once you're able to move forward, once you're able to have that, like I said, whatever that union is. I can't tell. Some people it's going to be a marriage, some people it's going to just be a celebration of some type. But you do have a shadow for June, is referring to temptation. So the temptation being your shadow, and the money, or I keep thinking money because coins, right? Money, offer, job, career, whatever it happens to be. You could be seeing it as a temptation, but the temptation could be what ends up triggering you. You may have addiction issues as far as maybe you're one of those people who's addicted to shopping, or you know that the more money you have coming in, the more you're going to spend, because you have that sort of that drive to spend money to be happy, as it were. It's like you're worried about being tempted by something. So you're worried about being tempted by the new wealth or the new status that comes in with it. So the woman with a heart is very Marie Antoinette looking. She's very, very posh, as they say. And you could be worried about losing your individuality and becoming sort of one of the masses. If you get more money, if you're somebody who's not used to having money or used to having the kind of status that comes with the new job that's coming to you, and you're worried about being tempted into becoming like everybody else who has that position, like everybody else who works in that field or that workplace, or being just like everybody else. So if it is a wedding and you're kind of going around it, or you're kind of not having it happen at the moment, it could be the temptation and the individuality card put together with the what is your trigger could be that you are slightly concerned about losing yourself within the marriage. So like I said, the Pentacles card can talk about finances and 3D things, and marriage, it is a legal contract, so that could actually be what it is as well. And so you're worried about losing who you are within that union once it takes place. It's not saying that you don't love the person, because you do have the woman holding a card. If you are a man watching this, it could be that you're cross-watching it. It can also be that you are, it is still referring to you, but it's referring to your feminine energies of caring, compassion, love, etc. Every man and woman has masculine and feminine energies. But it could be that you are concerned about your individuality being lost within a union of you and someone else, and you're worried about the temptation of becoming something else. And this, like the incoming pentacle of whatever type it is, marriage, job, whatever, is what's triggering you to become worried about the temptation of losing yourself. But since we do have the woman holding a heart here, I'm seeing that as being you literally holding on to your individuality, holding on to your own heart, your own soul, your own self. I see this, and what I'm getting from it and what I'm hearing from it is that you don't actually have to worry. You are worrying, and you're valid in your concerns, but Spirit is telling me that you don't have to actually worry about this. You will still be yourself after all this takes place. That's what I have for you, Aquarius, for June of 2020. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you're doing. Hit the like, please, as well. It does wonders for the channel. The subscription button, the bell notification, and we look forward to seeing you again. We're doing weeklies, of course, and also the Mercury retrograde on the 18th of June, and the new moon closer to the end of the month, and also the end of the month reviews for what Aquarius learned or took away from their month's experiences. Thank you. Bye. Welcome, Aquarius, to those who picked pile 2 or the Tiger Eye Crystal. This is your pile for June of 2020. So we have 8 cards in your spread today. I'm going to turn them over and show them to you individually as we go along. If you see anything that's concerning within just one card, hold off. It's all 8 cards put together that make up your message. So we're starting off with the 6 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Wands in reverse, we also have Align Your Life, What is not aligned or needs to change. We have A New Dawn, The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. We have Journey, which has the number 2 on top. We have choices, which is number 46 or 10 or 1, depending on how small you have to get. Your shadow card for the month of June is Fortuna with Fate. Okay, Aquarius, I'm seeing a very positive reading for you for June. We start out, of course, with the Six of Pentacles, which is the card of reciprocity. So it's either a sharing of information or a sharing of funds between you and someone else. So you may be giving or you may be receiving. At this time, it's hard to tell. Let's go through and see where we're going with this. We're coming out too as well with the Five of Cups. So there's a little bit of sadness and a little bit of sort of feeling at a loss at this time. So there are 2 cups being offered to you, but there are the 3 that you're really paying attention to, which are the ones that are gone. So it could have something to do with the reciprocity card as well, with regard to things that have been provided to you in the past didn't really work out. So now you're being offered new items, whether it's funds or a job offer or something to that effect. And it's basically a give and take. And you just have to kind of lift your head to see them coming towards you. You do, as I said, have the Two of Wands in reverse. So the Two of Wands upright would refer to you just being at a standstill, not really being able to go forward, backward, nothing coming in towards you. I'm seeing this in reverse because you literally are coming out of that. Basically what it's saying is that you need to get out of this Five of Cups by getting yourself out of this stagnation that you've been in, so that you can receive and give with the reciprocity card, basically the new positions that are coming in that will help you help others. The alignment is asking what needs to be left behind, as it were. So it does say what is not in alignment and needs to change. So it's up to you to figure out during the month of June for your steps forward to turn this 2 into a 3, which is starting to move forward or having your ship come in with regard to the coins and job offers, etc., and finances. What do you need to change in your life? What do you need to pick your head up from to be able to have that come towards you, so that you can in turn help others in the same way when you're able to? It does speak of a new dawn, so literally this is a new time, and everything that you are fearing, everything that you are worried you have experienced in the past is behind you. This is a new stage of your life. You can be on a journey. You're meant to be away from this stagnation. You're meant to be on a journey. You do have that choice to make to move forward within that journey. You have that coming towards you. You have that new dawn ability as well. You are currently having a little bit of concern this month with regard to fate, and it's basically your shadow card. So it's what's sort of stopping you, what's making you stuck in the Five of Cups energy, what's kind of got your head on the counter sort of thing. And it could be that you're worried that with everything that has gone maybe wrong in the past or mistakes that you've made in the past, that you can't get out of this sort of cycle that you've been in. So if you feel that you've made too many mistakes or too big mistakes, you're worried that fate's going to come in, and yes, you're being offered this great thing that will allow you to help other people, but at the same time, you've been offered stuff before, it didn't work out, which could be the Five of Cups, and your shadow self is seeing this as another chance for fate to take the carpet out from under you, sort of thing. But it is a shadow. It is not actually what's available to you. It's not actually what the reality of your month of June is. It's your shadow. It's what your ego is telling you. It's telling you these things it wants to keep you safe. So remember that the ego always wants to keep you safe. It's trying to tell you to not go after what you want to go after, because right now where you are, you know this. This is your safe space. This is your comfort zone. Don't worry about fate, because fate is not playing against you or for you. It goes through its own phases, but it doesn't have anything to do with you specifically. You are not fated to be a certain way. You are not fated to fail at times and succeed at others. Free will is very, very apparent in your existence. You have to remember that you are also rebellious, Aquarius. You are literally the rebellious sign of the zodiac. So you have that ability to just tell fate where to go. Like, get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. And actually literally take this position that's being offered to you so that you can help others, or even help the person later on who's giving you the assistance now. So lift your head up. Get yourself out of this, like, you're starting to move away from it, but you haven't actually moved, because otherwise we would have the Three of Wands here, which is the start of motion, or the ship coming in, depending on whether it's you moving or something moving towards you. Get rid of what's not aligning with you at this time. What is it that's keeping you stuck with your head on the counter, just not being able to move at this time? And part of what it is this fate. It's the idea that you are fated to be exactly where you are and not meant to move forward, which is entirely untrue. It's yourself telling you this to keep yourself quote unquote safe, but there is nothing in this spread that tells me that anything in June is meant to be a danger to you. You are meant to move forward. There's no reason to literally fear anything that's happening right now. You have a new dawn coming. You just have to go ahead and grab it, as you would with those two cups that are being offered to you, that reciprocity that's being offered to you. You have the choice to go ahead and grab that and make it your own. What you have to get rid of, though, is the idea of fate within yourself, and the idea that the fates are somehow against you in some way. If you do believe in the fates, which some people do, the three sisters, they're not evil necessarily. They just, everything sort of has a time and a place as far as that theory is concerned, as far as that legend goes, and that at certain times, depending on what's going on, the string gets cut at the end of someone's life. But I'm not seeing anything regarding a tower moment. I'm not seeing a death card regarding change. I'm not seeing anything like that that's telling me that something 10 of Swords style is going to happen that's going to end up being bad for you. The only 5 we've got here even is the 5 of Cups, which is the least bad of the bad. It's the one where it's literally just you being stuck in your own energy and being stuck not wanting to move forward from where you're at. So this is what I have for you, Aquarius, for June of 2020. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you're doing. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and definitely please come back and join us for the weekly readings. The Mercury retrograde that's coming on the 18th, there'll be a reading for that as well. The new moon at the end of the month with yet another eclipse. And there's also the end of the month readings for what Aquarius should have learned or should have taken away from their experiences during the month of June. Have a really great rest of the month. Thank you for coming. Bye. Welcome, Aquarius, to those who picked pile 3 or the Aventurine Crystal. This is your pile for June of 2020. We have 8 cards today. I'm going to turn them over and show you as we go along. If there's anything that seems a little concerning in one card, maybe 2, let's hold off and see what the entire spread of 8 is, as that is your message for the month. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the Fool. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. We have the Crumbling. Underneath it says, what are you clinging on to? We have Let Yourself Receive. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. We have Cornucopia. That's the number 11 on top. We have Belonging. And the number on that one is 41. And your shadow for June, Aquarius, is Nuba with Denial. Okay, Aquarius, what I'm seeing actually Did you guys manifest something during the recent full moon in Sagittarius? Because I'm seeing some serious journey here. Yeah, so your June Aquarius is, I mean, you've got literally the Six of Swords is the card of journey and voyage. The Fool is literally starting out on a new chapter, starting out on a new adventure, starting out with your new phase in life. You've got the Three of Wands in reverse. The Three of Wands is literally, when it's turned upright, it's the idea of waiting for your ship to come in. Everything's moving, motion is happening, but it's literally, the literal meaning of the card is your ship is coming towards you. Aquarius, you're not waiting. You're being your lovely, rebellious Aquarius self, and you are going out to meet that ship. You're not waiting for anybody to come to you. You're going to them. That's all there is to it. You do have the Crumbling, which is sort of, it's kind of this card's version of the Tower. Not a bad thing. Hold off. It just asks, what are you clinging on to? So while you're in a go, go, go mood right now, there is something that sort of you're holding on to for whatever reason that is not meant to come with you into this new phase, into this new chapter. You do have as well the let yourself receive. So there is someone or a group of people, maybe family members, friends, that want to love you, and maybe you're sort of the giver of your family. You're sort of the one who is always taking care of everybody else, and what's happening is you're being asked at this time to be open to receive. It's a new thing sometimes, especially if you're used to being the caregiver. Sometimes accepting or receiving love and assistance can be difficult. It can be hard. You are asking to open yourself up to be in a receptive mode to that energy. You do have the Cornucopia, which again is that deck's version of, it's kind of like the World card. It's the card of absolute abundance, absolute plentifulness, that everything is being laid out before you. And again, with the journey, with the new adventure and the new phase of life and chapter of life, and being able to literally let go of what's not meant to go with you, the Cornucopia is basically laid out before you as well to allow you to pick up the things that you do need, or allow you to carry the things that you do need into this next phase. You do have as well, like I said, the belonging. So you may feel a little bit like you're not... I'm getting that some of you, remember this is a general reading for a group of people. It's a little bit of a collective going on here. And so some of it's going to resonate differently with some of you. But what I'm getting is that you might have a little bit of difficulty with feeling as though you belong either somewhere or with some group of people. And it could be your own family. Sometimes people they don't feel like they really fit with their own family. What you're being asked right now as well is to find that place. And that could be what this journey is taking you, what this Fool's journey. And by Fool, I don't mean to insult you, I mean new journey. It's basically the very first card in the tarot, and basically it is the step forward into a new space, a new chapter, a new phase. You're heading toward where it is you truly belong, and that's how I'm reading that, and what I'm hearing with it is that the entire spread put together, literally, as I said, is one message. You're starting out on a new journey. You're literally taking your first steps towards that journey. You're heading out yourself. You're not waiting around for somebody to come and pick you up. You're not waiting around for somebody to come and get you or rescue you or any of that kind of thing, because you don't need rescuing, Aquarius. You are ready to go on your own. You're deciding what it is that can't go with you, what parts of you or parts of your current life can't really make it into the next phase. That can be sometimes really upsetting to some people. It's not meant to be, but you have had certain parts of your life that, or certain aspects, people, objects. Sometimes it's just literally if you're moving house, and sometimes you're moving into a smaller apartment or whatever, and you can't always take all of your heirlooms. You can't always take all of your books or something like that. It's just asking you to really consider at this time what can't come with you for this journey. To find where you belong, and this is where you're headed. You're headed to a place you belong, But on the journey, while you're sort of in the boat on the way there, with your cornucopia, with all of your stuff you're meant to take with you, you are being asked to find it in yourself, to let yourself receive, because where you're headed, where you belong, people are going to want to help you as much as you've always wanted to help and be a part of someone else's journey and someone else's healing. People are going to want to be that for you, and they're going to want to be in your life that same way. And so you're being asked to find that receptive space within you, find that receptive sort of switch, so that you can find that without feeling guilty, without feeling as though you have to apologize for needing help, maybe getting all your stuff into your new place, or needing help finding exactly where you fit into this new place that you belong to. Like, which one of these windows happens to be yours? You may have to ask for directions. You don't know that yet. But whatever it is, be able to do that without saying, I'm sorry. Be able to do that without feeling as though you are supposed to know anything that you don't at this time, because you are there to experience, to receive, and to gain wisdom and love and help from the family. And by family, I mean like star family or 5D family, your soul family, that's the word I was looking for, soul family, that you're the place you literally belong to. You do have a shadow for June, though. This could be part of what's holding you back from that ability to receive, and that's denial. So I'm not saying that you're denying yourself anything. I'm not saying that you're denying yourself this next adventure. I'm not saying that you're keeping yourself back from it. What I'm seeing is your shadow of the times that you experienced denial in the past, where you may actually be having trouble letting people help you, where you may be having trouble accepting and receiving assistance, is because you've been denied when you've asked. As a caregiver, as a light worker, as a healer, sometimes people just don't understand that you still need help sometimes. So when you, as the person that everyone goes to, suddenly needs to go to somebody, at times you've literally held out until you really needed help, and the people that you asked for help were not there. They may have even told you they would be. You may have heard one of the popular sayings is, let me know if you need anything, or holler if you need us, or anything like that. And when you actually had that moment, when you really needed to holler, when you really needed to ask, the people who kept saying, oh, we're here whenever you need us, the I'm just a phone call away people, weren't there. They ignored your cries for help. They ignored your requests and your need. And that's what's holding you right now in this month, and what you have to kind of work past or work through is that where you're headed next, where you belong, this won't exist. Where you belong, people will be there to help you. The people that you need to help you will be there. The times when you need something, they will be there for you. Okay? What you need to not take with you, what you need to leave behind, or what you're clinging on to, is the memory of the people who hurt you. Sorry, I put that back for a second. The memory of the people who weren't there for you. You need to literally get rid of it. What you're clinging on to is your shadow of the reminder of people who weren't there when you needed them. Step away from them. Accept that they weren't there. Accept that you did everything you could for them and they just couldn't reciprocate for whatever reason. And step into this new journey that will take you to a place with an abundance of people who you belong to, who are going to be there for you and to help you. This is what I have for you, Aquarius, for June of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as we have upcoming readings weekly, as well as a reading for the Mercury retrograde and the new moon with its eclipse. And of course, the end of the month when we've come back and see what lessons or takeaways were learned by Aquarius for the month of June. Have a really great month. Thank you for coming.